Bedard, midpoint, Skolzo, one-timer and it's blocked. Skolzo holds it in, left circle, across, one-timer, score! Alexander Suzulev lets it fly. Here's Connor Bedard with it to the pass. Nice pass to Armstrong, right side, wrist shot, score! Top corner, Easton Armstrong, short side. Right point, one-timer, Bell, rebound, stopped by keeper! Oh my goodness! How did he keep that one out? Wow!
Welcome to Pat's Cast, the unofficial Regina Pats podcast, with your hosts Chris Clark and Kevin Shaw. All right, Kevin, you're back this week. It was an interesting week. Only one win, but it seems like the trajectory is going up as opposed to a couple weeks ago when the Pats put up some points and that final Lethbridge game was just a rough looking one and it kind of led into a losing streak, but they seem to have turned around here. But let's start with that game on Wednesday versus Moose Jaw, the rescheduled game from the snow out, I guess, on the Sunday.
The Sunday blizzard.
Sunday blizzard, yeah. Shut the highway down for a couple days. It was kind of crazy. But
yeah, such an early blizzard day.
Yeah, you don't expect that, right? You expect that in January or February.
It's not normal for October. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have postponed that game some more because that was an ugly game. It was just a boring, just a nothing game. Like it was, it almost.
Both teams looked like they just showed up just to play, and that was it. There was no.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I didn't even know what the term is. There was no oomph from either team. Neither team seemed to have any kind of life or anything.
Yeah.
It was just a game. It's like they were putting in the time.
Yeah, it's almost like nobody wanted to win that game. Like it,
I don't know. I don't know. It's just. I wanted to change. I felt like I wanted to change the channel, but I was there. I couldn't change the channel.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could have left or something, but it's
can't do that.
No, it's just odd to see that with the Moose Jaw, right? Like that's a rival. That's usually both teams are getting up for this game. Usually there's some hits or stuff like that, some physical play, but there wasn't even that. Like it was.
No, that was so soft. I don't know what the term would be again, but it was not a very good game. Like the crowd, for what was there, was not into it. The players didn't seem into it. Both goalies played pretty well, but other than that, well, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, and John didn't even know what to say after that. He's like, "Yeah, I don't know. We played good enough to lose by one," and I bet you if you asked Mark O'Leary, what you thought of that game, I bet you would have said, we played good enough to win by one, kind of thing.
Yeah,
like
each team barely got 20 shots. Pats just had 20. Moose shot 22. Like for a high flying supposed high flying teams, that's not very many shots. Like it was just
no, and that's
I'm glad it's over with.
Yeah, and that's indicative of the play. Like there's no shots. There was no like quality zone time. It was just kind of slop.
Yeah, so. It wasn't a good game.
And
like I said, I'm glad it's over with.
Yeah, and I think we'll just end it right there. We don't need to talk about that game any more than we need to. Because going into Saturday, Everett. Now there was a good game. Like it's almost you'd almost expect the Moose Jaw thing where maybe the team was trying to feel each other out. What are these guys about? We haven't played them. We've never played them. These players have never played each other. Stuff like that. But it was kind of the total opposite. It was a track meet almost, and that's what you go out to see.
Fast pace. They were hitting, and it was an awesome hockey game. Like I couldn't believe how good the hockey was.
Yeah, like it was such a coin flip from Wednesday. It was this is what people go to the rink expecting.
Oh yeah. Even though it was only a 3-2 game, like I think it was awesome. Like I was surprised because of how they played the previous 3 games. The Pats, how they played the previous 3 games. I was worried because Everett is they're a pretty strong team. They got the Berezowski Roost and what's his name, the other guy. I can't remember his name, but they're top guys.
Zellweger.
They're good. Zellweger, yeah, they're defenseman guy. They're good. They Berezovsky and Roos both had 10 goals. They scored their 10th goals against the Pats, and I don't know. It was nice to see a team that the Pats haven't played in over 3 years, 4 years at home, and then it felt like there was a rivalry there, and they've never, like you said, they never played against each other. Like the players have never played against each other.
Yeah, and like I said, the talent was there. Like you said, it was a low-scoring game, but it didn't need to be more high scoring than that to be enjoyable. It was just, wow, it was just a great game.
It was very good.
And I mean, I think not to poo-poo on Sim, but I think he wants that one goal back, and I think maybe he wanted one goal against Moose Jaw back. I mean, he's played so well. The Everett one was he just snuck between his arm. I mean, I hate to bring it up, but I mean, it was just like, oh, he's been playing so good, and that one just sneaks through him. It's like he's been stopping that this season so far, and
but most times the team this year would kind of bail him out. They would have scored another goal. They would have evened it up or whatever. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, the power play has been a bit of a struggle lately, but they did get one. They were 1 for 5. But
they scored their only goal against Moose Jaw on the power play too. So
the Moose Jaw game was only power play goals. It was two for Moose Jaw, 1 for Regina. Yeah, but speaking of that, the penalty kill, 5 for 5 against Everett. So that's solid right there. It's still trucking along nicely.
Yeah.
But other than that,
they have their moments, but they're well above what I was expecting this year, honestly. So
yeah, on the penalty kill
compared to 70-ish% last year, well over 80 is pretty remarkable for this year.
Yeah, definitely. And we got some comments from John and Connor on this game. I mean, they were both pretty happy with the game, and so we'll just let you listen to what they thought of the game.
It was a great hockey game. We have I just told the guys, when you play like that, you're going to win more than you lose. I thought it was a well-played game by both teams. It was fast, probably the fastest game that's been played in our rink this year. No, it was a good game. I thought we played really good. Power play got going, so no complaints except the final score. You're exactly right. It was fast from the start. We saw them play last night in Moose Jaw. You get video. We know how that Willie's had a great program going there Everett's had a great program, but since he went there, that's how they play. So our guys knew how we had to play against it, and we did. Now the bigger question you asked is for us to set the tone and play that kind of pace all the time. That's the more important thing. It was better. They were moving the puck better and stuff. I think both our goals were power play goals, right? So yeah, it was power play looked better right from the start. We go over the same things basically each day. Some teams' power plays has a little bit different tendency. I think there's no good penalty killing without good goaltending. We've been getting good goaltending, so that's the first piece of it. I think our defense is a strong defense. This is the best defense we've had since the Memorial Cup. We had Tanner to it, and Batesy, 2 20-year-olds there, and both Feister and Berge have taken a step. And so it's that's where it all starts in your own end, whether it's penalty killing or power or 5-on-5.
Power play, a couple goals tonight. What was the difference compared to the last few games?
Yeah, I think simplicity a bit. I think even on my shot, I kind of just made a move and shot right away. Didn't take an extra stick handle or even really look. So just things like that, getting shots through, and I think I hit a post at the end there, and Duber tried to pass it, just got their skate. So we could have 2 through 4 on the power play night, but it just didn't fall. I think so. I mean, it's tough to lose a game like that, and obviously first game, kind of the streak here is Lethbridge. It's another tough game to lose on when you come back like that. So I think we learned a lot from those games against Moose Jaw, and I think we can take that going forward.
Did the pace maybe play right into your game? It seemed like maybe not just you, but the whole team, like you played better with that pace compared to that Moose Jaw game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Moose Jaw game, it felt like you couldn't really get anything going. It was almost slower and not as crisp and stuff. But today it was quick, and for me, I think my game's a lot on the rush and speed off the rush, and so I think it kind of benefits me a bit.
All right, one thing I was thinking about, maybe even after the Tri-City game, not to jump ahead, but Connor just saying, hey, he wasn't thinking. He just shot the puck on that power play goal. I mean, he wasn't in a slump per se, but you pointed out that his actual shots on net had been down the last few games, and the whole team didn't look good the last few games and stuff like that. But I mean, hindsight is 2020, but maybe that one goal and getting that power play goal kind of got the momentum. Even that game as a whole got them going into the Tri-City game, and where they just were rolling.
And the thing with the Everett game, it was the game itself was reminiscent of last year, but the ending was reminiscent of last year.
Right.
Everett scoring with like the less than a minute and a half left.
Yeah.
Oh, again.
It was
too many games last year. Cost them points. Oh,
I know that was, and yeah, like John said, he's like, yeah, we thought the whole game was great except the outcome, right? It was just the outcome of the game, and we both said like that after the game. It was just like, oh, this looks like the finish looks like last year. We're just after such a good game,
very reminiscent of many games.
Yeah, such a good game. We were just disappointed by the loss, right? But we were at least encouraged by the play of the game, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It was a good game.
And then yeah, like I said, I think that just led into Tri-City, where Tri-City is on a roll, and they had just beaten Moose Jaw the night before, and also
pretty handily too, wasn't it? I think it was 6-2.
Yeah, something like that.
The night before.
Yeah, and but the Pats just kind of found their offensive mojo in that game. Like 7 goals. Like we haven't seen 7 goals yet this year. 4 in the first period. I don't know if that's a season high or not, but
I think it ties the season high. Yeah,
ties the season high. So
yeah,
but nice to see Vallis back in the lineup. He hadn't skated for quite a while he was out there. He was pretty much off skates, so good to see him start off 2 minutes into the game there, and then
I got scared when Tri-City replied right away. That kind of got me going. I was like, oh, not again.
I know, right? We'd seen that lapse earlier in the year, but Easton Armstrong responded right after that, and then they didn't look back.
Yeah. It was pretty impressive. Like Suchanek, the Tri-City goalie, came in with one of the top goalies in the West, and I don't know, he just didn't have it on Sunday.
No, not at all. I mean, I don't know if it was after the 5th goal maybe he let in. He had he just smashed his stick on the ice. He was just pissed off. I mean, maybe it was his own. He just wasn't happy about his play and stuff. But it was.
It was just one of those. It was one of those games, I guess. Hey.
Yeah, just one of those games for him, I think. And
nothing you can do about it. Do your best, and then time to switch them up.
Yeah, we've been on the end of a few of those the last couple of years, right? So we know how it is. It's always nice to be on the 100%. Plus side.
Oh, totally, 100%. It was nice to see Feist get a goal too. Feist hadn't scored since last year.
Yeah, it's his first of the season.
So
that was a nice goal too, a nice one-timer.
Nice. Yeah, it was a nice setup. The Pats had the puck for quite a while, and then he actually let off a pretty good shot, a pretty good bomb there.
Yeah,
should use it more often.
I think that was on the Tanner Howe. He beat out an icing on that one, and I think he set up Suzdalev and then Suzdalev across to Feist for the one-timer. That was a nice play on Howe's part to beat out that icing.
For sure.
And then another power play goal. Bedard there. He was the story of the game. 5 points. But
Big catalyst.
Yeah,
The catalyst.
another goal, or another guy scoring a goal was Ty Spencer. He hadn't scored in a while, and he had a really nice shorthanded breakaway. He put it top corner. I thought that was nice to see him get back on the board.
Yeah, it was nice. A nice setup by Dubinsky there on the wall. There it was good.
Yeah. Then one unfortunate.
He needs to do that more often.
Who's
Spencer
that?
needs to do that more often. He's got the wheels. He's got the wheels. He needs to just blow by guys. I don't know. I don't know if he's just being a little timid or what, but maybe this will bring the confidence out.
Yeah, I mean,
because he's got some wheels.
Yeah, and he's got skill too. Like, you can see it. He's got the skill. He had a couple goals there in the preseason. He's like, he talked about having a full camp with the Pats and scoring in the preseason, because he had 2 goals in the first game of the season. I can't remember.
Yes,
and
he did.
Yeah, okay. And so, he probably hadn't scored in a while since then. But he's a guy, like I said, he's got skill. Yeah, he's smaller, but he doesn't get outworked, I noticed. He's in the corner. He battles. Like, obviously he doesn't, not like he doesn't struggle, but he's putting forth the effort. He's battling as much as he can with his size. But I don't know, I still like him as a player. I think he's got some upside, and I think the team does. I know John's like projecting him to be kind of like a Dante Hanoun type player, really kind of explode, 20-year-old player. Put up some. Yeah,
when he gets more of an opportunity with the top line minutes, they're still kind of shuffling the lines. It seems like
definitely
with the injuries and stuff like that, with having Rowan out and the stringer question mark or whatever there. So
yeah, I noticed Aremba got kind of bumped down, and Spencer got moved up into that second line with Dubinsky. So yeah, no, they've been changing things up, and obviously with Vallis was out there for a while, and now he's back, and obviously he's going to go right to that top line, because they've been clicking for 2 years or 2 seasons now. So
yeah, stuff like that. The kid line.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of options there. At least, like we said, there's options now to move guys around. So
yeah, got a full healthy lineup, or healthy-ish lineup, I guess.
Yeah. Wow,
minus
one player,
the long-term guys.
Yeah, one player that's going to be out again, unfortunately, is Corbin Vaughn. He got a check to the head major and game misconduct, and then today came out that he got another 4-game suspension. That's tough to see. I mean, the kid wants to play physical, but he's obviously crossed the line, and he's got to figure out where that line is and come back to the side of it. But 13 games into his career, he's got 2 4-game suspensions already. That's tough to see for just the player himself, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. He's only 16. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. When do players start to really learn to hit, especially like full contact like that? I don't know.
Now it's not really till Bantam.
Bantam. So that's only like 2 years ago or whatever for him, kind of thing, right?
So
he's gotta maybe settle down a little bit. I don't know. I love the physical. I love the Vaughn twins, the Bash brother guys, but I guess he's gotta rein it in a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Well, when you're hurting guys like that, both of them, hurt guys. That's crossing the line. Like, yeah, as much as we want to see them play physical, there's a limit, right? And
yeah. I'm sure he didn't mean to hurt them, but
no,
it is what it is. Bigger, thicker, strong kid.
Yeah, and I mean, it wasn't like
it's unfortunate.
He hit a guy from behind in the corner where you're just not supposed to do it. Like, the guy dumped it in. He was just finishing his check, and he hit him high. And nowadays, that's going to get called. Like, it is too bad. But they've got to learn, and he's got to, like I said, rein it in a little bit. And then his brother, Jackson, is going to be gone for a little bit here as well. He got named to the under-17 tournament. So there's another guy that's going to be missing out of the forward lineup. But that'll give a guy like Michaels a chance to draw back in. He's been out the last few games, healthy scratch, but
Yeah,
they got extra guys, right? So,
Yeah.
so he can get back in. Like we've kind of liked his play. He still hasn't scored, unfortunately, but he's close.
Hopefully he's close. I want him to score. I really want him to score bad, just to get it over with.
Yeah, right. You know,
Then maybe he'll break out. You never know. Like,
yeah,
it might turn things around. You never know with somebody like that.
definitely.
He wants to be like Austin Matthews or whatever. Austin Matthews is his guy, so he's got to get one to get going.
Yeah, he needs to get rolling here. But all right, any other thoughts you have from this past week?
No, not really. It was a sucky week to start, and it ended up being pretty positive. Even though the Everett loss, they bounced back and took out a pretty strong Tri-City team. I'm happy. 500.
Yeah. Yeah, still at
I'd
that
like to see
500
them higher than
mark.
500, but at least they're at least at 500. They're not under. Goaltending's been good. Keeper played really pretty well against the Tri-City there too. So
Actually, yeah,
the tandem is doing pretty well.
yeah, I did want to mention that. So I wasn't at the game, but I listened to the game and I listened to the post game, and then I went back and watched it after. And Haroff, they weren't happy with the start, and even though they were up 2-1 early in the game, but Tri-City kind of carried that, and Keeper was solid at the start of the game. He made a lot of good saves. The one goal they did let in, that was just a mass confusion, and the puck was bouncing off some legs, and it was a little bit of an unfortunate goal.
And he ended up sideways in the net.
Yeah, right? It was just a kind of a gong show, like it was a free-for-all kind of thing. But I thought Keeper really was solid in that first period and really not kept him in it, but kept him in it, right? Like, made some solid saves.
Made what he needed. He made the saves he needed to make.
Yeah, exactly.
And give him the chance.
Yeah, and then they didn't score two.
Both goalies have. Go ahead.
Yeah, and they didn't score two till late in the game, right? The game's out of hand by then and stuff like that.
When they were resting Bedard and Vallis and Howe and those guys, that the other guys, the third or fourth guys play.
Yeah, and but I mean they had a 5-on.
That
they also had a 5-on-3 kill as well.
I was just gonna say, I was impressed with the penalty kill. The penalty kill has been pretty strong.
Yeah, right.
Again,
yeah, and
killing up 3 minutes of the 5-minute major.
Yeah, that too. And Tri-City had the best power play coming in, as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew they had a pretty strong power play.
They were first going into the game. I don't know if they're still first now, but they were right up there.
Oh, nice. I knew they had a decent power play, but I didn't know it was that strong. Good.
Yeah, they are still first overall at 30.4%. So.
Wow.
And the Pats, looking at the page here, the Pats are in 16th at 17.5%. So not terrible, not great. The penalty kill is up to 9th at 81.8 for the Pats.
That's that's better than last place at 65 to 70%.
Yeah. So yeah, just work on that power play. It'll come hopefully soon. Like we said, we've got the skill. Hopefully we can get it.
Well, they only had 2 power plays against Tri-City, and they went 1 for 2. So
yeah, can't argue.
They got to get
right?
more power plays, I guess.
That's true.
Got to get more power plays to get more opportunities.
Yeah. Well, they had 5 against Everett, but
1 for 5. It's still
20%. That's 20%. Yeah. So.
But back to the goaltenders, Sim and Keeper both have averages under 3. Both have save percentages over 9. So
nothing
if
wrong with that.
people are complaining about that, there's something wrong.
Yeah, and
compared to last year, those guys, I think they're a full goal or more down from their, almost a full goal or more down from their last year's averages, and like 30, 40, 50 points up on their save percentages. So
yeah, we said that was
keep it up.
Yeah, we said that was a kind of a key for this year. Who's going to emerge, and it's nice to see both have emerged. They're both doing solid, so you can throw in either guy, either night, right? If you got a back-to-back, you don't have to worry about, we got to put in the backup or something like that. Both of them are solid, right? So that's nice to see.
Solid 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
1A, 1B right now. So
definitely. I think
I want
maybe
Sim to get a 6th win. Hope.
yeah. I think Sim maybe has the I think maybe he's the 1A and Keeper's the 1B right now, but there's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all.
But yeah, and I mean, so going into this week, it's just Swift Current on Saturday.
That'll be interesting. So Swift Current, they're one of those teams that you gotta. I know they're not under division anymore. They're not in the Pats divisions, but you still gotta win those games.
Yeah, they're right there. They're a team, like I said, we're battling with. You kind of need to win those games. Well, I guess they're not in the division anymore, but they're in the conference, and the conference or the playoffs is conference style again, back to 1-8. So you're directly competing with them for a playoff spot.
Yeah, for sure.
They are at 5-7 now, so they're kind of
and they're on a 3-game winning streak.
On a 3-game
They played
win.
twice before.
Okay.
They played twice before Saturday, so
okay.
Here's hoping that they'll be a little tired coming in.
Yeah, definitely, and they I think they maybe were expecting a little more out of the team rather than 5-7, and like I said, on a 3-game winning streak, so they would have been 2-7 then. So that's a little bit of a slow start for them.
Oh yeah, I was expecting them to be quite a bit better than they are right now, but
yeah. So I'm just looking at the standings here. Red Deer still undefeated, the only team left in the WHL undefeated at 13-0. So that's a, like we said before, a little bit of a surprise there. Winnipeg still rolling. They're 14-1. They're finally back at home after starting 12 games on the road, 13, something like that.
Yeah, a whole bunch right at the beginning.
Yeah, now they're in the newly quote unquote renovated arena. Still, I don't know if there's any more seats.
The Wayne Fleming Ice Cave or whatever they call it.
Still benches. No word of a new rink or anything, so kind of a interesting situation there. But yeah, it's gonna be a quiet week, just the one game. So yeah, maybe we can catch Swift Current. They're a little tired. Maybe we can catch them on a little bit of a surprise. Hopefully the team can, being off for almost a whole week, can keep that momentum, that pace that we saw in especially the Everett game. If we can see that again, that would be real nice. Not get slogged down in that
sure.
Moose Jaw. Whatever happened in that game.
I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
And Swift Current plays Red Deer. Swift Current plays Red Deer Friday night before coming here on Saturday. So.
Okay, so that's gonna be a tough game.
That'll be a tough game. They'll be bruised and battered from that for sure.
Definitely. I do want to mention Sim again. There, I got a clip from him. Kind of his mindset going from last year to this year has changed, and he's talked about how much he's worked on the mental side. And I'm just gonna throw a little 15-second clip with Sim there, and let him tell you what his mind is, how it's changed from last season to this season.
I thought you're playing with more and more confidence every time I see you play, and I know you started out strong at training camp, you carried it through, but what do you think the main reason is? Is it confidence, or is there something you've been doing that you would be able to share with us that's made it a lot easier on you this year?
I'd say it's a little bit of confidence. I believe in myself a lot more than I did last year, and instead of hoping for guys not to shoot when they're walking in off the rush or off a play out of the corner, I'm telling them to shoot because I believe in myself and my positioning in that time and place to make that save.
So that I think that kind of talks to his confidence level, not wanting to see a shot last year, and this year, bring it on. I'm the man. I want to see your best. I'm going to stop your shot. So that's definitely, you can tell his confidence has grown.
He looks like a totally different goalie.
Yeah, right.
Like if you wouldn't have told me that was Drew Sim, I wouldn't have believed you. When training camp started, I wouldn't. He was good through all of camp. I honestly wouldn't have believed it. But here he is.
Yeah.
Way better.
Yeah.
Way improved. Much improved.
And I guess one other thing, Connor Bedard, Player of the Week, obviously 8 points this past week out of the 10 total goals the Pats had scored. And then he was named Player of the Month for October, and the October CHL Team of the Month, I guess it's called.
Yeah, I don't know what they call it, but he's one of the stars or whatever it is.
Yeah. They had 3 forwards, 2D, and a goalie. I think it was Team of the Month across the CHL, and he was one of the forwards.
The Stars of October CHL Team of the Month. That's what it was called.
There we go. All right.
Along with Stankoven and Kyle Kelsey.
Right. Okay, the Rebels goalie. All right, and I guess that'll be it for this week. Just the one game, so hopefully we'll see you down at the rink. And chat next time. Have a good night, folks.
Have a good one.